What's up, everybody? Welcome back if you're a subscriber. If you're new, welcome. So today, guys, we are going to talk about several NFT projects today, but quickly, I don't want to talk too much about them. I just want to rapid fire some of the NFT projects that I've bought in recently. If you're following me on Instagram, Tom D Crypto, I have been posting a lot of Instagram stories recently, basically in real time when I'm buying these NFT projects. So might be worthwhile if you guys have an Instagram account. Go follow me on Instagram. I personally find it's quicker for me just to, rapid fire shoot some pictures and screenshots of what I'm buying, and also videos as well. So highly recommend you follow me on Tom D Crypto if you're interested. Right now, very low amount of followers there. It's kind of like a VIP experience for people that are watching my stories right now. So, but then again, everything that I buy, and I also made it clear to everyone on Instagram, everything that I buy, don't have the need to do what I'm doing, because sometimes I do make mistakes as well, and there's some NFT projects that I did talk recently that hasn't really done that well. But basically what I'm saying is not financial advice. Do your own research. But anyways, yes, so quick little plug on Instagram there. So Bitcoin right now trading at 42,500-ish. It did slightly go below $39,000 range, so just slightly below 40,000. Actually, I'm going to play this video from Instagram. I made this video last month, saying that whenever we have a wick down, we usually end up testing it again. So I'll let you guys listen to this. Past experiences, whenever we have a huge wick to the downside like that, and then we have a huge bounce, it usually does tend to come back down there to test again. I can see it maybe within the next month, or maybe even days or weeks or even months, that it can start to come back here and just have some weekly candles closing here just to test that level there, just like back here back in May. I'll be honest, guys. Yes, yeah. So I'm not sure why I said days, but usually, those candles are weekly candles, so I should have been saying like weeks. In the next few weeks, I can see it coming down to those levels, and that's what exactly has happened. So every candle here represents a week of trading. So including this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're 7 weekly candles so far, and we're just basically just trading sideways. Kind of downwards, but sideways. Haven't really done much recently. And you know what? When the markets are kind of bearish like this, we do see NFTs popping. So there's a quick video I want to show you guys. Now, I've been in the NFT space for the last, for basically over a year now. I remember buying my first NFT on OpenSea. It was like these Rev motor cars. I remember when I first bought my NFT, it was like back last September or so. I remember the September of 2020, not September 2021, but September 2020. We had like a very nice NFT boom on Rarible. I remember Rarible was a big marketplace then, actually ahead of OpenSea. But I actually bought my first NFT on OpenSea, and it was one of these Rev Motorsport cars. Yeah, and I think I bought 4 of them for like 1 ETH at the time. And 1 ETH at the time was like $200, $300 US. So, it might sound like a lot in today's terms, but 1 ETH at that time was like $200, $300. So, obviously, it looks like it's not even worth that much nowadays. But, by the way, I sold mine already. So, I didn't let it get down to that low when I sold it. Also, quickly looking at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, right now we're at 22. Actually, this past weekend went down to as low as 10, and 10 is actually on the same level as the March 2020 crash, the COVID crash. And also, I remember seeing it go down to 10 when we had the crash back in May, and then we went down to like 29,000 in June. If you want to try and get like a bottom signal, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index could be a good indicator for that. But right now we are still in extreme fear. And usually when we're in extreme fear, it could pose a potentially good buying opportunity. That is if you want to get into altcoins. Me personally, I've been kind of bored with altcoins. I've just been really, headstrong into NFTs. And we're going to talk more about NFTs later on. But let's say we do enter a bear market, okay? And I personally don't think we will, but let's say we do enter a bear market. There's this video from Ivan on Tech and DCL Blogger. I've been following Maddie and Ivan on Tech for the last probably over a year and a half now. And they posted this video a year ago, or is it a year ago? Yeah, October 5th, 2020, so over a year. And at this time, NFTs were booming. I remember, like I was saying, I bought my first NFT on OpenSea back in September 2020. And then Rarible at the time was actually the bigger marketplace where I actually bought a lot of NFTs, just a bunch of garbage NFTs. Even Ivan on Tech released some NFTs of his own. BitBoy also released some NFTs that probably isn't even worth anything right now. But I want you to listen to what Maddie is saying here, where even during a bear market, he was able to make gains with NFTs. And if we do end up entering a bear market, I'm not concerned because NFTs will do very well, in my opinion, when the traditional crypto market isn't doing so hot. So I want you guys to listen to this.
A broader thing.
So looking at the bear market, how have NFTs performed during the past few years? Because I think you tweeted that they performed better than the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So can you expand a bit on that, of NFT performance as a whole?
Yeah, it has been really interesting because the best thing for the NFT market has been the crypto market kind of just stabilizing or going down. Because what happened was people were just like, this space is all about opportunity, right? The moment Bitcoin starts to break up to 10, 12, 13K, everyone forgets about NFTs, or everyone forgets about what's going on. Everyone forgets about the altcoins, and they throw money at Bitcoin. And that's what we see. When Bitcoin starts to make a move, some of these NFT projects, some people start to dump because they want to jump on the Bitcoin bandwagon. But because for the last 1 or 2 years, it's been kind of stable, or it's been a slow descent, people have kind of gone to NFT projects because when a sale happens of tens of thousands of dollars, it brings people in, it brings news, it brings, all right, an Axie Infinity sold for $10,000. So other people jump in and start buying more Axies. A digital land sold for $100,000. So suddenly people, it fires up this NFT market. So and this is one of the reasons I invested in the NFT space, is because I know that we're going to start having $1 million NFT sales. And when that happens, it's going to bring the news. And when the news comes, they're going to diversify it's going to bring attention to this market, which is now going to be a very buzzing place with big sales. And so it's the same kind of mentality with cryptocurrency, where when Bitcoin starts to hit these parameters, people come running. The same thing we're going to start seeing with the NFT space. Some artists start to see $10,000, $15,000 sales. So other collectors run up and try and pick their artists. They try and pick their next art, and that drives up demand. So it has actually performed very well, and those that know how to navigate and understand markets and buy and sell things and increase their portfolio have done very well.
So look at that. Maddie predicted an NFT sale that would be over $1 million. And then fast forward a year later, we have so many NFTs that are being sold for over $1 million. Got some Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, some CryptoPunks, Beeple with his digital art, and just a whackload of other NFTs that are being sold for over millions of dollars. And one of the strategies, he also mentioned that whenever Bitcoin has a huge run, is that a lot of people end up, getting out of the NFT space and then going back into altcoins, right? So this is my strategy. And even if we do enter a bear market, my goal is to basically stack as much Ethereum as possible. And if you're a guy who's trading NFTs on Solana, your goal might be to get as much Solana as possible, right? But the idea is you want to stack up as much Ethereum or Solana, whatever cryptocurrency or whatever altcoin that you like. And basically, when we have this NFT bull run that's happening right now, you want to end up cashing some of that into altcoins that you like, into Ethereum. If you want to stack Ethereum. And then, there will be an altcoin run. In fact, I'm kind of curious what the altcoin season index chart looks like. Okay, so I actually haven't even looked at this chart for a while. But as you can see right now, let me get my head out of the way. So if you guys are new to this and haven't seen this chart before, basically whenever we're in Bitcoin season, it means like Bitcoin has outperformed 75% of the top 50 crypto coins by market cap. And at any time that we're in altcoin season, it means that 75% of all the top 50 crypto coins is outperforming Bitcoin. At least that's their definition on this website. So right now we're kind of in no man's land. We're kind of in between. And yeah, obviously, I mean, you look at the past, we had periods where we're in altcoin season, we're in Bitcoin season, and then we go back to altcoin season. So it's going to be inevitable where we will have an altcoin season. But you can also try to, predict ahead of time. Every time we have like a bit of an uptrend, it means that, we're basically altcoins is outperforming Bitcoin. So this is a chart that I always like to keep in mind. Again, I haven't really looked at this, but you can find this at blockchaincenter.net. I haven't looked at this chart in a while until just now. But right now, 55. So we're kind of like in no man's land right now. But yeah. So that is my strategy moving forward, is to basically stack as much Ethereum as possible, because I love trading NFTs on Ethereum, on OpenSea. And then, I'm trying to keep my eyes on Solana as well. There's some NFTs that I just bought recently on Solana. Okay, so let's talk about NFTs. So, if you follow me on Instagram, there's one particular NFT that is really catching my eye right now, and that is not the MetaKey, but is tied in with the MetaKey. I haven't talked about the MetaKey in a long time. I did purchase one of these back in September. I actually did it on video as well. But I did purchase a MetaKey Edition 3 at the time, and I still hodl it strong because I do believe, and I do hodl it strong because I do believe in what Matty does for the Metaverse and the NFT space. So what was huge is I found this on Twitter earlier this morning, is that Matty tweeted this out. Last week, the Australian Open announced their Metaverse strategy. I have to admit, it's one of the most well thought out strategies I've ever seen. And this is a guy that's been in the NFT space for 5 years, right? He's been in this space for 5 years, and this is one of the best strategies, the most well thought out strategies I've ever, in capitals, seen. This is not your average NFT JPEG drop. So, now if you guys don't know what the Australian Open is basically a huge tennis tournament that happens the beginning of each year, and it happens in Australia, of course. But what's cool is that I did not see this coming, but the Australian Open, let me see here. I actually have their white paper open here. So the Australian Open Art Ball Genesis NFT, the first Australian Open NFT light paper. So there's 6,776 of these plots on the court, and each of these is represented by one NFT. So how this is cool is that when there's a match point, so match point meaning that the player is about to win the match, he scores a match point and he wins the whole match. So if the match point if the ball actually lands in one of these plots, right? And let's say if it actually lands on this plot right here, and whoever owns that NFT gets their metadata of the NFT updated to say that, hey, the ball has landed on this plot, and they end up getting some kind of marker or some kind of sticker to indicate that. Now, some of the perks is if the ball lands, you get some points associated with it, and some of those points could lead into like special perks, special merchandise and stuff like that. I do know, after reading light paper, that for a championship point, right? So when there's a point that the person wins, the championship from that point, they actually get like the actual official game ball, and the game ball's in this nice little frame. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, so it's going to be kind of like this. So a championship point refers to the point that decides the winner of a match, that decides the championship. There are a total of 11 Australian Open Championship points in the following tournaments. So we got 11 tournaments. I had no idea that there were other tournaments like the wheelchair men's single, wheelchair women's single. So there's a possibility for 11 championship points here, and there's probably, so which means there could be 11 championship balls out there if you have a NFT, if you want to claim that ball, right? Again, remember, if the ball enters in your plot, and this is a championship point, the championship ball enters your plot, right? Then you're eligible to get this this official merchandise. So that's pretty cool. So these are championship points match link NFTs. So that's pretty cool. I highly recommend, if you're interested in this, look at their light paper so you can definitely see like the art design of it, some of the traits that makes it yeah, so you can see each of these balls are unique. There's 6,776 of them, and each of them represents a plot on the tennis court, okay? And that's pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn cool. And I totally forgot one more thing, is that I totally skipped this part, which is also very important, is that they actually partnered up with Decentraland. Where is that? Decentraland. Yeah, the Melbourne Park Australian Open precinct in Decentraland. So I think there's going to be a Rod Laver Arena in Decentraland. Let me see here. Let me read this. Throughout the 2 weeks of the Australian Open, fans from around the world will have virtual access to Melbourne Park precinct in Australian Open Decentraland. There, they will be able to virtually discover the precinct, which has been built from the ground up, along with a few surprises. Experience our great event from anywhere in the world, view 24-hour live streams, access historic match content, play virtual tennis, and interact with other users, all from the comfort of your own home. Special access for Art Ball NFT holders. Stay tuned on Discord to find out more. So look at that. Even with this Art Ball NFT, you also have some special access. So it's pretty cool. So it looks like they have a lot of things coming up for them. I honestly did not see this coming. I did not see the Australian Open, of all things, to be partner up with Decentraland and doing all these crazy things. This is absolutely insane. And I love watching tennis. You know, I'm a huge Roger Federer fan, huge Rafael Nadal fan. And Djokovic, I don't know. I never really was a big fan of Djokovic, but I respect him. I respect his skills. But I'm more of a Rafa and Federer fan. Now, if you're a MetaKey holder, you actually had the opportunity to buy in the pre-sale that just happened a couple hours ago for me making this video. So it's actually passed. So hopefully those who followed me on Instagram was able to buy a MetaKey and get the whitelist opportunity on the Australian Open Airball, or was it Airball? It's not Airball. Now, just because you're not a MetaKey holder, the public sale is happening tomorrow, I believe 6 p.m. Eastern time. So January 12th, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I think it's actually January 13th, 10 a.m. Australian time, whatever their time zone's called. So guys, yeah, sorry, I was a little confused there. But if you scroll down through their Twitter, I found this. This is the time zone, exact time. So look at your corresponding time zone and be prepared for the public sale. Now, I think it's going to sell out pretty quickly, and a lot of you guys are going to be disappointed that you're not going to be able to get it. So in that case, try and get it on the secondary market. And right now, the secondary market right now is 0.3 ETH. I do think it's going to maybe come down a little bit. Has it revealed yet? It hasn't revealed yet. But usually when there's a reveal, it does tend to come down. And also the supply is going to be twice as much as it is now. So keep your eyes on it. I am pretty bullish on this. This is crazy, right? A huge tennis Grand Slam tournament. It's entered the Metaverse, has gone into NFTs. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. So, and they actually have some pretty crazy utility for it. So super excited, super excited. All right, so let's do a quick rapid fire of some of the NFT projects that I just bought in recently in the past week. So the first one is actually off of the Solana ecosystem, which I don't really talk much about on this channel, but on the Magic Eden marketplace, which is probably their #1 marketplace on Solana for NFTs, is the first one project that I bought into is Monkey Ball. So this is Monkey Ball. So Monkey Ball, people that got into the sale last week actually ended up getting their NFTs. There was like a slight delay in their NFTs being delivered to them. So I think at one point the floor price rised up to like 13 Solana, but I told people on Instagram, hey, do not FOMO into it. You know, people are gonna get their NFTs and they're gonna basically saturate the market and just flood the market with a bunch of Monkey Ball NFTs, and therefore it's gonna lower the floor price. So the floor price did go down under 6 Solana, which I did end up picking one up, and I was hoping it would drop a little bit more so I can pick up another one. But like one of my strategies with NFTs is that I try to get two for a collection. So, you know, in case if it runs up, then I'm able to sell one of them, and then I'm able to hold one risk free. So that's one of my strategies for some of these NFT collections. So Monkey Ball is one I bought in just under 6 Solana. If it drops below 6 Solana again, I might pick up some more. So the other one that I purchased just yesterday, and I was just scrolling through my Twitter, and then I saw something, you know, this tweet came up. Steph Curry actually bought one of these NFTs called the LinksDao NFT. Has something to do with golf. And I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest golf fan. I honestly find golf to be super boring. I guess I should take that back. I find it super boring to watch, but I actually wouldn't mind, you know, learning how to play the game. I will say that. It seems like it's pretty relaxing and fun game to play. But LinksDao, I actually ended up FOMOing in at around 0.75 ETH. Right now it's up to like 0.97 ETH. Honestly, I just aped into this. I haven't really done much research onto it, but it looks like it has to do, from what I heard, is that they're basically a DAO that's trying to buy like a golf course. I know golf can be a very expensive endeavor, so I guess it gets you into this golf club where you can maybe play at some of these, I don't know, these golf courses that are, you know, I don't know. I don't even know. Don't look at me for this, but I just ape into this. I don't even know if I want to hold on to this long term, but if you are, you know, if golf resonates with you, then definitely go for it. Go for it. I mean, again, not financial advice. 0.97 ETH. Me personally, I'm not planning on holding this long term because I'm not. Golf doesn't resonate with me. Meanwhile, tennis is actually one of my favorite sports, so I actually like tennis, and that's why I was really excited with the Australian Open doing this Metaverse and getting involved with NFTs. But if you're a golf guy, look into this, read up on this. I obviously have not in full detail, but right now 0.97 ETH. I don't know if it's a good buy or not, but I do know the Steph Curry and also his brother Seth Curry has got into this project. So you know what? Word of mouth. These guys are, you know, they're basketball players. You know, they got a lot of teammates. You know, they're talking in the locker room. So expect a lot of these other guys to jump into this this NFT, you know, buying this LinksDao golf course membership, whatever it does. So get into that if you guys are interested in that. The other one is to do with Gary V. So Gary V released his Book Games NFTs. So with Book Games NFT, if you hold these Book Games NFTs, and this is on the Token Trove marketplace, which actually runs on Immutable X. So you do need to transfer ETH from layer 1 over to Immutable X, and you can actually do that pretty easily with the Token Trove marketplace. But with the Book Games NFTs, why I actually bought one of these is that it gives you a chance, and it's not guaranteed, it gives you a chance to mint VFriends Series 2 NFTs in the future. And I think it's sometime in the spring. So if you look at how much VFriends is worth right now on OpenSea, this is their Series 1, the original series, right? Yeah, so you look at VFriends, the Series 1, the original series is worth, the floor price right now is 13.49 ETH. Now, the other use case with Book Games NFTs is you can go on the VFriends Book Games exchange. So you can actually use Book Game NFTs to actually exchange for some of these NFTs that are on this exchange. So you can see if you want to buy this Bored Ape Yacht Club from Gary V's personal collection, you will need at least, I think you need 850. Sorry, gotta get myself out of the screen here. Can you see that right there? Yeah, just above my head there. 858 Book Games tokens. Book Games tokens, right? So if you want to own this Bored Ape Yacht Club from Gary V, then you need to pay up 858 Book Games NFTs. But I mean, there's other things you can also claim or exchange for these Book Game NFTs. You can actually get some of these sports trading cards. These are physical sports cards. Vince Carter, this is one of my favorite basketball players growing up. So this one requires two book games NFTs. So as you can see, and you can see its estimated value is $498. So yeah, I mean, there's some utility for book games NFTs. One is if you want to exchange them for some of these personal collectibles from Gary V's collection. And the other thing is to basically burn those NFTs to give yourself a whitelist spot for the VFriend Series 2. I highly recommend. There's also other details as well. I mean, this is a pretty extensive, detailed. There's a huge article to read up on book games NFTs. I mean, it's pretty. I wouldn't say complex, but there's a lot of like layers to it. All right, there's a lot of layers to it. Highly recommend if you're interested in something like this to get into it, and also if you're planning on buying off the secondary, which is I think the only way to do it now, is to look through the rarity. Each of these designs is a little bit more rare than others, so definitely look into that. I know lava. This is lava. Was it lava, gold, bubblegum, diamond? Okay, so lava is probably the least rare. There's also different names for these books. Oh yeah, and then each book games has a frame rarity. So the least common, or so the most common in terms of rarity is wood, so it's not very rare. But if you move towards champagne, so champagne is the most rare. So if you have a book that has a frame that says champagne, you can't even see that, that has a champagne frame, then it's going to be worth more than say something that is a silver frame, right? Actually, last night when I was trying to buy my book game NFTs, I found one listed for 0.1 ETH and it had a galaxy frame, and I guess the person that was listing had no idea that that was a pretty rare frame, right? So there's definitely some characteristics, some attributes to some of these books that make it more rare than others. So look into this. There's definitely a lot of layers to book games. Highly recommend you look into it if you are interested. But yeah, so those are some NFTs that I bought into recently. I do talk about them on my Instagram in the Instagram stories. Like I said, I find it's easier for me to, to give you guys quick updates through Instagram stories, rather than me trying to put on all this time and effort into making a YouTube video, and then I have to edit it as well. So it takes a lot of time and effort in that department. And by the time I put it out, it might be too late for you guys to see what I'm doing. But anyways, if you guys like the content, like the video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.